Alright, so I got tagged by Paul Roth in Neefsy's movie deal tag to talk about movies today on Halloween, a night where we'll be watching wonderful Halloween movies as trick-or-treaters, or the 5 groups or so that arrive at my house, because I live on top of a hill. So if you want candy, you gotta trek all the way up the hill to the top of this cul-de-sac to find me and get awesome candy. I was born in '94, so a lot of the movies of the '90s that came out, the first movie that I remember seeing distinctly, maybe Rescuers Down Under, maybe Toy Story. I remember that very vividly. I remember a lot of the movies on VHS, like Flubber, the Aristocats, the Jungle Book. Jurassic Park is another one that I very distinctly remember all the parts in. Honestly, I do not know what the first movie I ever remember seeing is. Is it possible to have a favorite film? In my opinion, no, it is not possible, because there are so many movies to love. There's so much to understand and love and enjoy and cherish and reflect on and just be a part of. You can have a movie that's influenced you the most. Maybe that would be your favorite movie. That's hard. That's really difficult. The other idea I like to throw around is, what's your favorite movie right now? I like that question because I'm a different person 5 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago that I am right now. I just watched Paranorman a while ago. That was really good. Christmas Carol, the George C. Scott version, they're really good. Godzilla, we got like other movies. Stop growling at the cat. Harry Potter movies. Ice Age, I, Robot, Liar Liar, The House, that's a TV show though. The Men in Black series is really good too. All the Disney movies, all the Pixar, all the DreamWorks movies. You know, I could go on and on and on with all the DreamWorks movies I like Shrek, the How to Train Your Dragon series. Recently went to the movies to see that. The Fault in Our Stars, Monsters Incorporated, Monsters University. I like all the movies that aren't so realistic, but they still have a very strong message to them. Okay, films that make me cry. A lot of movies will make me tear up. Now, it's important to feel feelings. It's okay to eat your feelings, as Jim Carrey says. So, what films make me cry? Probably anything about families. The more realistic it is, the more likely that it actually happened, the more likely I'm going to cry, because it's something that actually happened. But movies that have general lessons to them, that have very, very sad moments, you know, I'll tear up. The movie that I saw in theaters the most recently that made me bawl my own tears like I've never drank my tears before was Lone Survivor. That movie, because of the real footage that it had, plus the reenactment of something that actually happened, I lost it at the end. The ending, and then what's after the ending. I completely lost it. I was doing this. I was at the end. I was ashamed a little bit, but whew, yeah, that was sad. What film would you like to magically climb into the world of? Whew. Paul Roth mentioned the movie Wreck-It Ralph, which was a great movie too, about identity and being a hero and just all the feels at the end. That would be a cool world to jump into, because then you're actually inside of all the video games. You actually get to be in them and not be outside of them. That'd be great. A lot of like fantasy movies and things. Harry Potter, a lot of the Disney and Pixar movies would be really, really cool to jump into. From Rescuers Down Under, flying on a gigantic eagle would be insanely awesome. Movies where you can talk to animals. That'd be really cool. Just to see what animals are thinking, even to talk to your dog. It's the universe. It's the idea of the huge universe. Anything with superheroes would be really, really cool. There's a lot. There's a lot of choices. It's so much to soak in. Probably wouldn't want to go into the Aliens movie. Alien vs. Predator? Being on the Predator side? That'd be kind of cool. Tough questions. Very good questions. Hard questions are not disrespectful. They're hard to answer, which means they're juicy. Jurassic Park, Elf. I was a big sucker for all the Pokemon movies. Jumping into the Pokemon universe would be really, really neat too. Any of the Jurassic Park movies, that would be really, really cool. But scary, but interesting. It's so hard. There's so many movies. What movie characters do you wish you were more like? Whew. That question. So this is the journal that I use. It's called the Thought Journal of Themes. It started out as a journal just for writing entries in, and then I started to take themes and apply them to movies. So certain movies have certain life lessons in them that I get out of what it presents, and then I take that life lesson and write a little reflection on it. Like, I have Tangled in here. And I have Beyond Two Souls, Rise of the Guardians. I have Real Genius, Frozen, Monsters University, Brave, The Croods, Wreck-It Ralph, Epic, the Lego Movie, How to Train Your Dragon, The Fault in Our Stars, Paranorman, all these movies that I get something out of. And I started this kind of late, so I don't have a lot of great movies because I just haven't watched them. Here is, you take people that, in movies, and you look at their different character traits, like Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. I want to be more like Hiccup. I want to be more like Merida from Brave, Wreck-It Ralph, Jack Frost from Rise of the Guardians, North from Rise of the Guardian, Mike Wazowski or Sully from Monsters University. I want to take these characters I'm learning from and connect their traits and see them as role models for myself. See them as people that I can actually learn from. Even Toothless, the spirit animal that would be mine if I chose, is a role model for me. Norman from Paranorman. The ability to tell somebody the truth in a skillful way and get them to understand the truth about their past and to move on from it and to let go. That's awesome. I guess I'm not looking at anything physical or emotional. I'm looking mostly at the authentic character traits that they represent in the movie, or just their person, the character themselves. What makes them human? Flick from Bug's Life. Was the name Marlin from Finding Nemo, the clownfish? Bruce from Bruce Almighty. Evan from Evan Almighty. Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. There's so many. Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. Harry freaking Potter. That's why I find it hard to have favorites. Because I see the important centers in every character. Their sort of most admirable trait through my eyes. One of the analogies, my favorite analogy so far, is from Rise of the Guardians. Everybody having a center, some sort of quality that they see as most admirable in themselves and they want to most protect in other people. Like North, his center is wonder, and he wants to protect it most in people and children, to have a sense of wonder. It's not that it's the only one, right? That's the problem with favorite. Why have a favorite character trait? You list these character traits as important, but you order them in different ways. So like curiosity for me is number one. Intellectual curiosity. But love, it could be for somebody else. Protection, bravery is Merida, bravery, right? Wreck-It Ralph is, I don't know what his is. What do you think his is? Harry Potter. What's Harry Potter's center? I think everybody has a center. Jim Carrey says that his ministry is the FCC, the Freedom from Concern, or FFC, the Church of FFC. His duty is to make people laugh and get rid of their worry and concern. Every character has some sort of ministry, whether it's evil or it's not evil. They have some sort of quality that they deem most important or that they most admire highly. Cool idea, right? Rise of the Guardians. Thank you. How have films influenced you on YouTube or elsewhere in life? The power of story is really intriguing to me. The ability to see into another window in life. It's just like going on YouTube and looking at other people's lives and getting witness to how they're writing their story. It's interesting that little dash between the year we're born and the year we die, we really only have the power to write the story between those 2 years, whatever they are. Not that I know. Films have enabled me to see the world complexly, to really be empathetic, and to see things from a different perspective. And they've really taught me central lessons about life, constants and variables. The thing that I like to talk about is the power of story wherever you go. In books, in video games, in movies, in art, in anything really, there's a story to be told. There's a story that the author's trying to tell. And movies do so well in just taking us into our imagination and being able to just focus on the central themes and not focus so much on the nitpicky stuff like the effects and the physical appearance of things. It really kind of overwhelms your senses of your imagination and enables you to focus on the central themes of self-leadership and life lessons and values and your purpose and meaning, all the constants and variables. To quote from BioShock Infinite, video game stories are cool too. And reading and being curious. Curiosity's my center. That's why I watch movies and read and watch YouTube. Very curious about the constants and variables, that the fundamental life truths that make up what happens in life and what changes, what stays the same, how can I better gain value and appreciation, understanding, and gratitude out of all of this. I have 12 journals. It's not a surprise that one of them deals with movies. Pretty fun idea. Remembering hard things, or remembering distinct, specific things that are difficult to remember. I'm not criticizing the movie. I'm reflecting on what the movie has taught me. Bonus question, what films do you hate and why? really have a hard time hating movies because I get something out of it no matter what. But I know there are movies out there that I've seen that have completely sent the wrong message to people with the way they've ended. But a lot of times those movies don't make it to my list to watch. That's just because I don't want to watch crappy movies that have bad messages. It's either really immature and ridiculous, or it's just really on the wrong playing field in terms of the message. Up! Oh, Up is a good movie too. Up is amazing. The fact that I can't think of a movie that I absolutely hate is probably a very good thing. But I guarantee I'll start thinking of one in about a couple minutes. That's the movie tag. Who am I going to tag in this? I'll put them down in the description. And I'll put their names up right here and some annotations or something in front of my face. Those are the people that I tag. Just click on them right here. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for watching. Keep creating an awesome self. Don't forget to be awesome. And keep being curious and watching movies. Bye-bye! Cat. Tired. Hungry. What's up, Greyhound?